All right, we're back again for another This Week in Anime. We're not gonna try to make it. Once again, we're gonna try to shorten and condense it all down, all the action, all the mayhem that happened this week. And we're only gonna talk about a few of them. And of course, do not forget, there'll be more on the website. Link is down in the description box below. So with that, let's get started. Spoiler alert and disclaimer. All right, first and foremost, I'm gonna be reviewing these episodes, and not so much reviewing as talking about what happened in those episodes and adding in my own thoughts. So yes, there will be spoilers throughout, so be prepared for that. Second, we don't read no manga around here. So only time I really read the manga is when the anime is done and I know that it's continuing on in the manga. That's when I read the manga. This week in One Piece, we have Kairos still standing just tall because he just beheaded Doflamingo. Doflamingo's family is in an uproar. They're pissed off, they're crying. I'm loving it. And as that's going on, Sabo is finally ending the fight. He decided, you know what, I'm just gonna end all this right now and destroy the ring, just bust it apart. And he sure did. His dragon breath attack aimed directly down, blew the ring to pieces, and also brought the fish that he's been looking for right up to the surface. And now Sabo is the one to replace Ace as the fire user, the Mirror no fruit user. Mirror no fruit. I don't think no fruit is actually part of that name, but he's the one who's going to replace Ace, and it's just going to be awesome. I can't wait to see him truly get the hang of those powers. And now we also find out that he's a part of the Revolutionary Army, which Luffy's real dad is the leader of. So things are progressing rather awesomely. And then down below, due to that attack, the great Usopp, who is now being praised as a god, literally looks like one, as the hole is blown in the ceiling of the toy lab from the Colosseum, and everything shines down on him. And all the pirates that are beneath him, praising his name, now ask him, what does he want? What does the great savior want that has brought us back our life? And no longer we are toys, we have you to thank. What do you want? He says destroy the lab, because Usopp is always quick thinking, even when he's like a complete mess. So I expect this week, or I should say right now, because my streaming website already has this, the new show up, that the pirates are going to be now destroying the lab, the toy lab, which created all this insanity and literally ripped this kingdom apart. And that's going to be pretty cool to see. I don't know what the heck is left to do in this darn kingdom, but if Doflamingo is not actually dead, then the next thing to happen is going to be Luffy versus Doflamingo. Now that's something I definitely want to see. Tokyo Ghoul. We have Toka and Hanami. And Hanami is the little girl that's in Antiku in the shop, who lost her mom earlier on in the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, quite gruesomely. But she lost her mom. She's been staying with them, and now she's kind of tired of leaning on Toka-chan so much. So she is going to head off on her own to a book signing for one of her favorite authors. Now, as this is going on, Toka, of course, is kind of nervous about the whole thing and Hanami being on her own. So Nishiki decides to go ahead, and he just pops right in and drags Toka all the way to his college, where she's supposed to be attending soon, to show her around. But he quickly dumps her after he gets there, and Toka runs into Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi and Toka sit down and talk about Kaneki and how he used to be and all stuff like that. And then Hideyoshi goes back to his job as a delivery man, carrying what I know, I guess random letters, emails, whatever. And he goes to the CCG, as he constantly does, and of course he runs into one of the investigators and starts to once again pick up some more information about the whereabouts of his friend Kaneki and ghouls in general. He narrowly misses what could have probably been a little bit of a disaster, as Ikira Mado pings in on him, and I'm pretty sure there's something gonna happen here, because I know that she's not gonna forget that he was very, very interested in ghouls. and he might know more than what he's letting on. And I think she kind of knows that he knows more, and he may be important, but we'll see later on. In that same scene with Hideyoshi and the investigator, they talked about a place called Cochlea, whatever. It's kind of a maximum prison for ghouls. Now as all this is happening, Shu and a crew are infiltrating the base down below for reasons we don't know. And I'm just going to leave that right there because I really don't know what the hell they're doing. And we end off with Hinami getting her book signed by the author, and the author just so happens to be Ito, the lady from Aogiri. So that's another thing that's kind of odd. So we have that going on, and then at the very end, here we go with Ayoto and Kaneki running missions, and their next mission leads them right to that maximum prison. So let's see next week, what the heck is it that Ayoto and Kaneki, who do they want inside that prison? Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail was absolutely awesome this week. Why? Because the globe was destroyed. Aphaears was defeated by Natsu. The Fairy Tail members from down below got to go berserk and use all kinds of crazy moves to try and attack the body of the snake. And all these things came together, but unfortunately, it was just too late. The Librium Veris a move or ritual was completed, and the Celestial King got more power than he could ever imagine, pretty much to do with, because all the celestial spirits and powers are now belong back to the king. So the only thing left to do was go and face the king himself. Exactly what I wanted. So now all the Fairy Tail and the crew head into the celestial world, and they are greeted with an ugly, chaotic sight and a mess of a king. I mean, the guy literally looked like a unfinished Princess Mononoke forest spirit beast. Do you remember that guy? They're trying to fight him. He is darn near impenetrable. Like, there's nothing they can do that is really affecting him whatsoever. All their moves, all that doesn't mean anything. And so as the Celestial King is constantly attacking them, he turns half the members into constellations, and now he started spewing some weird green fire energy sort of thing. If you remember in the previous episodes when Natsu was facing Loki, this same green energy spewed across the screen and knocked them clean out of their little world that they were in. And so Natsu could smell the spirits inside the king, and so he just got a weird thought in his head that maybe the way to defeat the king is from the inside. Maybe I need to go in there, see what he can do, bust up his guts or something. I don't know. He went in, and that is where we're at right now. The Fairy Tail crew outside, the ones who are left, are doing what they can outside, and Natsu and Happy are going in to see if they can defeat the beast from within. I did not mean for that to sound the way it did. World Trigger. World Trigger was all action this week. Jin and Tachikawa are duking it out as Kazuma has figured out Jin's plan, and so Jin had to change up his tactic to plan B, which was using his actual black trigger, Fujin, which he immediately X'd one member right when he released it and cut him clean in half, sent him packing. This episode was a good thing that they're all fighting their Treon bodies, because if not, this would have been blood everywhere. The way that they were fighting, limbs were going, leaving. It was crazy. As Jin is fighting Tachikawa, Yonya is taking on Kitara in the old hotel apartment or whatever hell they're in. They were going back and forth, but eventually Kitara comes out on top, but not before Yonya pushes her into the line of fire where Toma could get a clean shot off at her. However, Tokita jumps in to shield her and pull her out of harm's way, but instead he doesn't come out clean from that, and he gets a headshot, so he's gone. And then on the other side, Jin gets cornered into a little garage spot where Tachikawa is sure that he has him in his grasp, but right as he approaches, Jin springs yet another trap, and this time it costs Tachikawa pretty big. He gets severely injured, and then when Kazuma comes in, instead of Kazuma making things better, he falls into yet another trap that Jin had planned, and loses his leg, and Tachikawa loses his arm. So limbs all over. And that's how this episode is going now. Toki and Kitaru are both quite injured now. Toki got injured by Izumi, who put the little Bach things all in his leg. And now you have the Arashiyama squad is down to 2 members on 1 leg and a sniper who's just creeping around all over the place. What the hell is Satori doing anyways? So they're trying to fight while Jin is picking off people one by one using his black trigger. So next week we're gonna see exactly how does the Arashiyama squad intend to get out of this mess, because now we have Toki, who is right in front of Izumi, and it looks like he's about to be completely blown apart. And this is just awesome, and I like action. I crave action. It's my thing. So this episode was just pretty cool. So I can't wait to see next week and see how it goes. If you guys saw some anime this week that I didn't mention, please put them in the comments below. Let the people know. Let us know what anime we should watch. I am always interested in the things that other people are watching. Don't forget the article that will have more details and yet more anime for you to read about if you want to know about that stuff. Don't forget to check me out on all my social websites, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm everywhere, even on Shots sometimes. So check me out in all those places. I'll be happy to chat with you, and we can talk about anime, we can talk about tech, and all that good stuff in between. You guys have a good one. I see you. Bye.